The first way that we're going to talk about is breathing. And so I'm just going to just roll back slightly here just so you can see more of my torso. The first part of just dialing down that adrenaline response, because basically what happens is your body's perceiving a threat, so it releases loads of adrenaline into your body, and you just start to feel that kind of anxious nervousness around it. And for some of us, that could even manifest itself as a panic attack. We'll talk about that in a second, about how to even deal with that. The first thing to do is to do what I call grounding or centering. Now, you can't see my feet, but basically I've got my feet flat on the ground, about shoulder width apart, and I can do this sitting down or standing up. In some ways, standing up is even better. Feet flat on the ground, shoulder width apart. I imagine roots going down from my feet through down into the center of the earth. So a really solid feeling. Sometimes I might even wiggle my toes a little bit just to feel that ground, the earth beneath me. And if you're taking off your shoes and able to just do that better, then do that too. So it's just that thought of I'm connected to the earth. It is solid. I have solid foundations. Why is that important? We're telling our body just like, this is solid, this is okay, it's firm and centered. And if you think about what's an adrenaline response tend to make us want to shift, because we've got that fight, flight, or freeze response. So certainly the fight and the flight is, I'm on the move, my body's on the move to potentially fight. Probably what's going to happen for a lot of people more is the flight thing, which I'm kind of uneven balance around my body. I want to get away from this. So actually just putting your weight evenly on the 2 feet, feeling the ground, roots down to the earth, can be massively useful in just dialing down that adrenaline response. Second piece is breathing. Breathing is really important, because when we get anxious, we tend to breathe up very high in our chest here, and it's almost like a panting response, like an anxiety attack or a panic attack is very much sort of panting through the mouth, or sometimes even the nose. So we just need to dial that down a little bit. And a lot of people, when they breathe, they'll pull up and constrict, and then they breathe out, they go flat. So the first thing to do is to make sure when we're breathing, we use both our mouth and our nose to circle the breath, because if we do that, it just slows the breathing down, because you can't take in excess oxygen if you're circling the breath. So you can either use in through the mouth and out through the nose, or you can use in through the nose and out through the mouth, but it's a circling of the breath, okay? The reason that anxiety attacks and panic attacks feel so horrible and weird is because by panting, what we're doing is actually over-oxygenating the blood, and that actually creates a biochemical response, like a chemical response in our body that makes us feel kind of slightly giddy, uncertain, and just generally weird. And I remember many years ago, I had a little burst of anxiety attacks, which thankfully I managed to work my way through. With anxiety attacks, the reason that people suggest like putting a paper bag over your mouth is because what you're then doing is you're breathing out carbon dioxide, and because it's going into the bag, it then breathes back in to your bloodstream. Now, you don't need a paper bag, certainly definitely don't use a plastic bag, for goodness sake. But what instead you can do is just cup your hands like this, and you don't have to put them tight on your mouth like that, just slightly in front like that, and just breathe out so it hits your hands, and then the carbon dioxide will come back in. So then you're actually lowering the oxygen levels in your blood. So if you ever get to a point where you're having a panic attack, again, circle the breath with nose and mouth, and then just breathe back and forth into your hands. That way you're getting more carbon dioxide in, and it will just calm everything down. The main part about breathing, I'm just going to stand up for this piece. See my lovely belly here, is you want to be focusing your belly down here. And when you breathe in, you want to, rather than pulling up like this, most people go like this, you actually want to be breathing in as if you're expanding the balloon. There we go, nice little demo for you there. Breathe in, expand the balloon here. And sometimes putting your hands there is useful as well. Breathe out, flatten the balloon. Breathe in, expand the balloon. Breathe out, flatten the balloon. There's 2 ways of breathing that are very, very useful, and you find out which one's best for you, or maybe use both for a bit of variety. Is again, circling the breath with the nose and the mouth. A very calming breath is what I call the 4-7-8 breathing. It's well known out there. You can find it on YouTube. You breathe in for a count of 4, again, while expanding the belly. You hold for 7, and then you breathe out for a count of 8. It just slows things down. So a very calm, relaxing breath. Very, very useful breath for just dialing that adrenaline down. Another form of breathing, which is also useful, is called box breathing. Box breathing is you would breathe in for a count of 4. You would actually then pause for 4, breathe out for 4, pause for 4, and breathe in for 4 again. So you're repeating a pattern of 4, 4, 4. Breathe in for 4, pause for 4, breathe out for 4, pause for 4. There's actually loads of little videos and apps out there that actually will help you talk you through that breathing as well. So a little recap for this piece. Grounding and centering, feet flat on the ground, shoulder widths apart. Feel the ground under your feet. Imagine tree roots going down. Make sure you're circling your breath with your nose and your mouth rather than panting. If you do get to panic attack stage, just breathe in and out of your hands very, very calmly and just allow the carbon dioxide to come back in, which will dial things down. Breathe in your belly, expand the balloon when you breathe in and flatten the balloon when you breathe out. And maybe put your hands on your belly as well. And then you've got the choice of the 2 different breathing techniques. Both work really, really well. 4, 7, 8 breathing, in for 4, pause for 7, out for 8. Or the box breathing, which is breathe in for 4, pause for 4, breathe out for 4, pause for 4. Both are really, really good. I'll see you on the next video. Let me know how you're getting on with these techniques, and please share them with others too as well, because it's a very, very effective way of just dialing down that adrenaline response, that anxiety, worry, fear response, and that then enables you to think more clearly. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.